sometimes we understand reality a lot better by using stories, metaphors, and whatnot. I really think that's true. We understand reality a lot better that way. So that's why I think that sometimes stories can be true, but not in a literal sense of true, not in a scientific way of being true. It's like when you hear a fairy tale, it can have some degree of truth to it, even if on the surface part of it is preposterous. It could never happen. It couldn't stand up to science. Many times when I'm talking to people and I try to explain something, sometimes I'll use a quote from a movie or talk about a scene in a movie to illustrate a point. And I always make it a point to say that this is something I'm saying to illustrate a point, not to prove a point, but just to illustrate a point. Illustrating a point and proving a point are two different things. I know that a lot of times people will use movies or TV shows or something in a play to sort of prove a point. When you do that, then you have problems because you can't prove anything by using fictional stories. But you can use a fictional story to illustrate a point. And I think a lot of times that's what the case is. And I think that a lot of stuff in the Bible works that way. It's really things that are meant to illustrate a point. Some of it is culturally relative to that particular time. Things that might have mattered then, but don't matter today because things have changed. So, you have to look at things in the context of the culture, the context of the times. I don't really get my reality from fictional stories, but I can use a fictional story to illustrate a point, but not necessarily to prove a point.